This is a power station, but it's probably not like any power station you've ever seen. This is a 300 watt-hour power station, but it's only 6.5 pounds, has a cool little carry handle, and you can take this anywhere. And what's really cool about this is that this is built specifically as a companion for CPAP machines. Now, if you ever saw my CPAP video where I was showing running a CPAP machine off of a power station, you know that we got 6 hours off of a little 300 watt-hour power station. And I thought that was pretty good at the time. I got through a full night, which I thought was great as an emergency backup if the power goes out. But then EASYLONGER sent this to me and they said, you gotta check this out. This is also 300 watt hours. I mean, it's actually 296 watt hours. And I got 5 nights off of this. I got 31 hours total with my CPAP machine off the same 300 watt hour battery as that other power station. And you're probably saying, how is that possible? I mean, this thing is a quarter the size, it's less than half the weight, and it has the same size battery. So what's going on that you can run this 5 times as long? Well, the secret is that when you run off a power station and you plug in your AC power cord from your CPAP machine into that, you're taking DC power stored in the batteries, you're converting that through the inverter to AC power, and then all the fans are running to keep the inverter cool. And then it's running from there into the power cord for your CPAP machine, and it goes through the little brick that's in your power cord, and that brick is drawing additional power because it's converting back from AC to DC. Those conversions are hugely expensive as far as battery power, because if you've noticed, your power station gets hot and the fans have to turn on to keep it cool. And your power brick gets hot. If you hold it in your hand, it's hot. That's all battery power that's just being wasted in conversions. What EASYLONGER did is they said, let's get rid of the inverter, and by doing that, we can actually create a sealed solid state unit with no fans, and we can just run it DC power all the way through. So what they did is they included a voltage converter in here that converts the native voltage of the DC batteries into whatever voltage your CPAP machine needs. In my case, I have a ResMed AirSense 11, and if I plug that in here, I just plug this into the DC power port and just plug in into the regular power port on the back of your ResMed, and you'll see that it powers up. And I'm producing 24 volts DC, just what this wants. And if I wanted to, I could change that to 16 volts or 12 volts or 20 volts or 24 volts. I can change that to the voltage that my CPAP machine needs. And then I just hook up the right cable with it. So these are all labeled. So there's cables in here for the ResMed Mini, for the AirSense 9, for the AirSense 10, for the Philips DreamStation. So I have a set of cables here that connect to all the most popular CPAP machines and that I can run directly off this power station without ever converting to AC. That is super cool, and being able to get 5x the runtime and be able to run this for 5 nights is amazing. And so this is my tool that I'm taking camping with me when I go car camping, and it's also what I will use next to my bed, because what this also does is I can plug in the AC charger into this, and I can leave it plugged in all the time. And then I just use this cable instead of my standard AirSense 11 cable. And then what I can do is I can run off the grid, and it does pass through. It passes the power through this, and it never touches the batteries, and then it keeps this running. And then if the power ever goes out, it instantly switches over to battery power. So it's like having a UPS on your CPAP machine. So super cool. As far as charging, you can, like I said, you can plug in the wall charger that's included. You can also plug in a USB-C cable. There's one that's included here somewhere. Yeah, here's a USB-C cable, and there is a USB-C port here that is a 2-way port, so I can power devices with it or I can charge with it. So if I use this for charging, I just plug this into the same like 60-watt brick that I use to charge my laptop or my phone, those sorts of things. I can also charge off of solar. It has a built-in MPPT charger, so you can plug in a 100-watt solar panel into this and charge this off of solar. I can also plug in a car charger and charge it off a 12-volt. So super flexible that way. And then as far as ports, I've got my USB-C port here that will deliver up to 60 watts, so you can charge your laptop, your drone, your cell phone, your ham radios, anything that'll run off a USB-C up to 60 watts you can run off of there. Then I have 12-volt out, and then I have two USB-A ports here as well. And then I've got two of what we used to call cigarette lighter ports here as well for 12 volt outlets there. So I can use this for other stuff too, which is really cool. In the event of an emergency or for camping, I can keep my phones charged, I can keep my flashlights charged, my radios charged, my iPad charged, all of those kinds of things you can do with this. So that's super cool to have that flexibility in such a small package. It of course has the obligatory light on here, so if you hear a bump in the night, you can turn on the light in the tent or in your house and have that there as well. The construction quality is super cool. It's rubberized, it's grippy, and it has a great rugged handle on it. It also even includes this neoprene case that it slides into, and then it has zipper pockets for all of your cords so you don't lose any of your cords. Anyway, super cool companion for a CPAP machine, but I can see this also being useful if you just have a laptop or other devices that you want to power up and don't want to carry a full power station with you. But anyway, super cool product. I was really glad to find it. If you want to check this out on Amazon, I'll include links below that have current pricing, and you can read all the specs and everything on it there and get all the details on that. But just wanted to give you guys a quick review of this. The only downside that I found with this is that because it has such a large capacity battery on it, TSA won't let me bring this on a plane. I was really bummed to hear that I can't take this on a plane with me. But the cool thing is EASYLONGER does make a smaller one. I think it's the ES400, and it has half the capacity, and it is TSA approved, so you can travel with that. And it'll still get you 2 nights between charges. So that's something to check out if you want a TSA approved one. I'll include links to that one as well on Amazon. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're a CPAP user, I'd love to know what your solution is for traveling off grid, for camping, and for emergency backup for your CPAP machine. I'm Scott with Trail Power, and we will see you next time.